Hey guys, Pro Production is back with another YouTube video, and in this YouTube video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I actually improve my steps in the 400-meter hurdles. If you're new to the channel, my name is Paul. I help 400-meter hurdlers and 110-meter hurdlers improve their times. Subscribe if you're serious about improving. So basically, growing up actually, and like when I was going through the 200 to the 400-meter hurdle phase, like in terms of long hurdles. The long hurdles wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. I was good at it, but obviously, like since my steps were messed up, I didn't like going into it because I wasn't confident. Some people might have different stories because some other people, let's say they had private coaching that really helped them. I didn't have that. All I had was my coach, and he did the best that he could. And currently now, actually, when I was practicing the 400-meter hurdles, this is like the first time that I actually practice the steps and getting it like the steps dialed in. But most of the time, if I'm serious, like if I'm honest, I was just like wing it. And my coach knew that. He was like, "Oh, you got it. Let's go." Like imagine having a coach like that. You know, that's actually the main thing why I created this channel, just so that you guys can actually just get advice from a person that actually went through the struggles, and you guys can also improve. But nowadays, I'm actually working on my steps, and I think I got it. I did the 300-meter hurdles and the 400-meter hurdles, and I was practicing it day in and day out, and I managed to figure out my steps that actually cater to me and feels good. So I'm going to show you guys how actually I made my steps for me. Tip number one. Tip number one is that I actually used my ankles. Using your ankles right is like the most underrated skill. Because when you're running, you might have big quads, you might have good calves, but if you don't use your ankles, you're not actually utilizing the force that they produce. Or basically, you're not utilizing the full capacity of the force that they can produce. So that's why making sure you use your ankles by actually pressing it forward and really extending it, using your Achilles, because they're there for a reason, bro. So doing that actually helped me see a major improvement in my steps, making it feel like so natural when I just cross the hurdle, not like stuttering there or praying that the hurdle comes at a good, like with my good foot. Now you don't have to pray, use your ankles, and that will help you get closer to your ideal self. And then tip number two is a tip that I actually haven't actually heard a lot of people say, but it's actually making sure you actually stride. Not like long stride, but using your full stride. Me as a tall person, I know it doesn't look like it now, come sitting down. But me as a tall person, I saw that actually like when I use my full stride, I could actually use most of my muscles. Because if you're just running like this, like like that, you're not actually using your full stride. But if you actually combine that with using your ankles and you actually extend, you make it look effortlessly. It's like you're a ballerina, but with running. Then I'm telling you, your time and your steps in between are going to be so effortlessly that you can cross a hurdle and you feel so good, bro. You know, obviously it's gonna take time. You first need to get used to it, but using your ankles and just trying to like float, like the real definition of float when you're running, it really helps with like 400 meters, 300 meters in general. And when you combine that with hurdles, your steps are gonna be perfect. So now we're going on to tip number three. Tip number three that helped me was that I actually made sure that my fitness was on point. And as my fitness actually grew and grew and grew, and I also combined that with using my ankles and learning how to stride, I saw that I could actually hit my steps and I felt good, bro. Obviously, it's gonna take time and you're gonna need to do more things, but as your fitness increases, you're able to actually take that step. Instead of you're really tired, now you're trying to go 14 steps, but then what you can do now is 15. So it depends on your fitness, how it is, and actually like where you are, especially in the season. Yeah. Okay, guys, and when it comes to tip number three is that actually but I had a faster start. Having a faster start will actually set you up for the race and make sure that your steps, especially in the first 200 of the race, are actually accurate and they're smooth. And at the last 200, in my case, I don't know about you guys, in my case, the last 200 is usually good in terms of steps, but the first 200 is where I actually need to get my steps in. Because if it's not in, then it looks like a horror show. So that's why I make sure I start off fast, run like it's 100 in the first, let's say 50 meters, and then after that, my steps are right in. So guys, that's me for today. But before I go, check out the Notion template down below so that you guys can actually improve in every aspect. Because I want you to improve instead of just coming here and seeing my pretty face every week. So guys, that's me for today. And remember, always strive to achieve your goal self. Alright, my first one.